I apologize for the noise. I understand there's a fair bit of, action happening in the gym at the moment that we didn't anticipate. There's a Muay Thai team doing their thing. So if anyone, when we get to the question section, aka Gigafights and Lachlan, please project yourselves appropriately so that the fighters and the translators can hear you properly. Okay, first and foremost, I would like to thank all the fighters. I would like to thank all the coaches, the spectators, the corners for coming down to the Apollo Fight Night 9 press conference. This is obviously a big deal for us as it's our first pro card. It's our first pro card here at Apollo. And when I say pro card, that means all the fights are registered with BoxRec. I cannot stress that point enough. These fights will be registered with BoxRec. They will go on your professional BoxRec records. The fights will happen with no headgear. I repeat, these are no headgear fights with 12-ounce gloves, something that we've never done before. We've had a year runway to, prepare for this situation. We've been doing amateur fights for the past 12 months, so it's extremely exciting that we can now finally have our first pro card. What does that mean for the future of Apollo? Moving forward, every 2 months, we are going to attempt to have at least one pro card. So for budding boxers, people looking to build up their professional boxing records, this is a huge step forward, not only for Apollo, but for the greater Phuket and Thai boxing scene. I can't stress that enough, for the greater Phuket boxing scene. The more professional boxing fights that we can have in Phuket, the greater the level of boxing will become here. And we, as Apollo Gym, essentially doubling down on not only boxing, but boxing in Thailand and boxing in Greater Southeast Asia. Moving on to our sponsors. Of course, it would be remiss of me not to mention the sponsors that make this event possible. As you can see on a beautiful media wall here, Trooper Eats, Siam Inc., Coco's Naihan, Money Shop, Din Home Spa, Pink Exotic, the random purple F. That is a DeFi protocol. DeFi is a crypto project called Fractality. They've been a very generous sponsor. Of course, Siam Inc. and Trooper Eats. Trooper Eats are providing all of the food. Trooper Eats will be providing all of the food as a major food sponsor for the next 12 months. They've come on board in a very similar vein to Siam Inc., who have been extremely generous with their sponsorship. Just a quick rundown for this evening. I understand it's a Saturday night and everyone probably has plans or things that they'd like to do, so we'll keep this extremely brief. There is obviously this brief introduction, then we're going to be moving on to a couple of Q&A questions for the fighters. We have a couple of media members from Gigafights and Lachlan from Australia are going to be asking each individual fighter some questions. You'll be given an opportunity to respond. We have the relevant translators here. So Pavel will be doing all of the translations in Russian for this side of the table. Privet, all of you, very good. And then for this side of the table, we have Riza and his translator from Turkey. Next Saturday night, we will have 8 pro fights, and the day before weigh-ins. Okay, I can't stress that enough. All of this information has been relayed to the fighters. The weigh-ins will be at 11 a.m. the day before. Another important piece of information. On the night of the fight, all fighters are required to be at the gym by no later than 5:30. I understand that some of the fighters will be fighting later in the evening. However, for organizational purposes, please arrive to Apollo by 5:30 p.m. Again, we're extremely serious about this, and we need to have all of our ducks in a row, given that it is a pro card and it is not an amateur card. Okay, moving straight ahead to our questions. First, I'd like to call up Gigafights. Very good. If you could stand up.
Yeah. Okay, I'll just go over to the... I will go over so the translator can hear me. So first of all, Rahman, respect for your second impressive KO victory. How do you feel like will the next fight turn out against the Indian guy?
Поздравляю тебя с победой, с нокаутом 2 подряд. Как ты чувствуешь себя в своем предстоящем бое против своего соперника? Да.
первую очередь хотелось бы выразить благодарность своему залу, Apollo Gum, своей команде, тренерам по физподготовке Бену и Джошу и своему основному тренеру Артему Хатинову Михайловичу. Так, чувствую я себя отлично, заряжен на 100%. Думаю, недолго продержится мой соперник из Индии.
First of all, I just want to say thank you to Apollo team, everybody who was involved in my training, my coach, my main coach, and well, I think that I will smash this guy. That's it. That's what I think.
Okay, that's what I thought. Like, really impressive. I saw the last two knockouts. It was really impressive. I'm really hyped for this fight. I would have the next question for Laura. So, you also translate, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, hi Laura, Giga Fights. It was pretty hard to find a opponent first for you. So now they found like a perfect matchup for you. How do you feel?
Лора, очень было сложно найти для тебя достойного оппонента, вообще в целом оппонента для тебя. Когда уже нашли оппонента для тебя, что ты чувствуешь? Как пройдет твой бой? Какие твои эмоции?
Я думаю, что бой будет, конечно же, в мою пользу. Я на это настроена, я готовлюсь. И, конечно, я разочаровалась, когда не сразу было понятно, есть ли у меня соперник. Но сейчас я очень рада, что он нашелся, и мне не важно, какая это будет весовая. Я готова побеждать, и, несмотря на разницу в весе, я настроена на победу.
Well, I was unhappy when they didn't find me the opponent, but I think that this fight will be in my favor. Well, I guess I will win this fight, even though the weight is a little bit different. So yeah, I guess I will win this fight. That's it. That's what
Thank you very much. Okay, move on to the next one. Johnson. Yes. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself? What's your boxing background?
I sort of started late in boxing. I started at 2020, September 2020 during COVID, as everyone else reason, trying to be fit, trying to stay fit. And yeah, and since then I have a neighbor that was running a backyard gym. So I ended up joining up with him, and since then I fall in love with boxing. And I am 2024 later, sold my house and decided to like pursue a new career, which is boxing or anything in fitness. So yeah.
Wow, impressive. Thank you very much, bro. And the last one. Wait, we got Riza. Riza. Hi, Riza. Nice to meet you. Hey, bro. How's it going? How will the fight turn out?
Sence dönüş nasıl olacak diye soruyor.
Dövüş nasıl olacak?
Yani dönüş senin gözünde nasıl olacak, yani sonuçları nasıl olacak diye soruyor.
Şöyle söyleyeyim, öncelikle rakibim iyi bir rakip. Yani her şeyden önce tecrübeli bir isimle maç yapacağım. Güzel bir maç olacak. Oraya çıkacağım, en iyi bildiğim işi yapacağım. Gerisi Allah'ın takdiri.
Rıza said that first of all, my opponent is a really professional guy, and he says that ya onu dedim. He says that what God says happens, and başka bir şey demiş miydin?
Gerisi Allah'ın takdiri.
Hı?
Güzel bir maç olacak.
Yeah, he also believes that this is going to be a really great fight, really competitive fight.
Yeah, like a big challenge.
Yeah, like
Cool.
a big challenge, yes.
Cool. Thank you. Respect, bro. All right, I think that's it for me. Next one. There you go, bro.
Yeah, so Lachlan from Training Ground, Sydney, Australia. Obviously buzzing about this card over the next weekend, and just have a few questions for the fighters. So yeah, we'll get straight into some questions. Just for Gabrielle now.
Gabrielle's not here.
Not here? Okay, we'll go straight into Argel then. Argel, you seem very sweet and innocent. Have you been boxing for very long?
Агель, ты выглядишь очень, очень милой и невинной. Как ты вообще пришла в бокс? Когда ты начала этим заниматься?
Я отвечу честно, случайно зашла не в ту дверь. И получилось так, что я осталась, я полюбила этот спорт. И без него уже не вижу смысла.
I will be very honest. I just confused the doors, and I liked it, and I stayed.
Very nice
That's it.
answer. Thank you. Thank you. For Amin, how are you feeling after your last fight? It was a hard 4 rounds against a very experienced guy.
Амин, как ты, у тебя был бой, последний бой, он был очень сложным для тебя, 4 раунда, ты продержался вот, против серьезного соперника. Как ты чувствуешь себя в предстоящем бою?
Мы с командой Аполло очень усердно трудимся, готовимся, и мы готовы показать мастер-класс в предстоящем бою. И мне кажется, я перееду соперника, это по-любому. Хочу еще сказать спасибо за подготовку, за проделанную работу со мной, моим тренерам Бену, Джошу, Артему, моим тренерам из России, Игорю Кандаловскому, Ланцову Виктору Александровичу. Жалко, они сейчас не видят всю эту картинку, но я надеюсь, что в дальнейшем это будет на масштабном уровне, и они все это увидят. А соперника мы переедем по-любому.
So first of all, I just want to say thank you to Apollo team. I've been training here for like 3 months, and we got to know each other very well. We're training very hard. I just want to say thank you first of all to Ben, Josh, and Artyom for training with me, for building me. I would definitely 100% say that I will smash this guy. I will give no chance to this guy if he's listening to me. Okay, yeah. That's it.
Thank you, Amin. Thank you. And then for Gilmar, how long have you been fighting for, and how are you feeling ahead of for next weekend?
Hello everyone. I'm fighting along with maybe more than 10 years, and I have some experience in amateur boxing in Brazil. I think so, maybe 10 fights. And I have experience in barnacle fights too, and for me, it's amazing, and I'm so glad for the opportunity for show a little bit for my work. And I never fought before boxing in Thailand. This is my first time fighting boxing here. Yeah, I'm excited for this challenge. I don't know who is my opponent, but doesn't matter. It's about a fight. We'll fight.
Thank you. Thank you for the answer. And final question is for Ilya. So what is your goal with boxing?
Илья, мой вопрос тебе. Какова твоя вообще цель в боксе? Чего ты хочешь достичь?
С такой командой, которой я сейчас работаю, хоть в огонь, хоть в воду, я знаю, что я на своем месте. Это мое дело. Я отдаюсь самого себя весь. Потому что я не боюсь, ничего, никаких преград не боюсь. Я готов к войне, к любой войне. Я один раз проиграл битву, но войну я не проиграю.
So, well, my goal is to build a team, like here at Apollo, build up a strong team so that we can go through fire, water together. I lost one fight, but I didn't lost a war yet. So, yeah.
И я очень сильно благодарен Владу, фотографу, моей всей команды, Бена, Джой, Артему, кого тут еще нету, всем, кто причастен к моей победе, к дальнейшим, к моим боям.
I just want to express my gratitude to Vlad to team videographers, photographers team, to Artyom, to Josh, to Ben, to everybody who is involved in my future winning.
Thank you, Ilya. I've got one final question for Islam Beck. Why did you take a break for 1 year and what have you been doing?
У тебя был перерыв в год. Что ты делал в это время?
Всем здравствуйте. В первую очередь я бы хотел поблагодарить зал Аполло за то, что дали возможность мне выступить на их турнире, так скажем, вернуться спустя год. Также хочу поблагодарить весь тренерский состав, лично также моего тренера Рому, под чьим руководством я готовился к этому бою. Касаемо перерыва, у меня была автомобильная катастрофа, у меня была авария, и я год не тренировался, и вот только начал восстанавливаться, и хочу вернуться, напомнить всем, что я еще здесь, я еще в игре. Всем спасибо.
Again, I want to express highest gratitude to Apollo team that they gave me the chance to participate in this tournament. I had a car accident, and that's why I had this gap year. But now I just came back, and I want to win. I want to fight.
Thank you. Thank you to all the fighters for all the answers you've given today.
Thank you, Lachlan. Thanks, Gigafights, for those phenomenal questions. I'll open up to the floor. Did any of the spectators have any questions for the fighters? Any spectators? Okay, that's all good. So I'm just going to now turn it to some of the coaches. So I'm going to start with Artem. So can you ask Artem in Russian? Ask him how has his preparation been for his team, and are his guys ready?
Артем, вам вопрос. Как прошел тренировочный кемп с твоей командой, вот, и насколько они готовы?
Стоя. Тренировочный лагерь прошел отлично. Помимо тренировочного лагеря мы выступали практически каждую неделю, выступали и показывали достойные бои. К бою относимся серьезно и покажем хорошие бои.
So we had a great training camp with my team. Each of the member in our team had great fights every week. We prepared, and we will show an upcoming tournament what we got.
And Artem, yeah, to Ben. And just essentially the same question to both of you lads. So Ben, how's the preparation been of the team?
I think the preparation's been good. All great people, a pleasure to work with, and all that work extremely hard. I feel like with a lot of them since coming, I've seen them obviously got from a really good standpoint, but in terms of athlete development, they've all leveled up. They all move better, a lot more powerful, and I think it's scary where all these are going to be in the next few years. Like, great talents, obviously got the skill set, and I think if they keep improving their physical performance, alongside that, then the sky's the limit. So, great job, everybody. Keep it up.
Ребят, в общем, он прошел с вами очень классную подготовку. Он надеется, что ваш турнир, который пройдет совсем скоро, вы его не подведете и покажете всю выносливость, все то, что вы натренировали, вот, и что каждый из вас выиграет этот бой.
And yeah, Joe?
Yeah, the preparation's been good. I mean, most of them have been here for like 2 to 3 months. So it's been a non-stop training camp really, and I feel like they're ready every day to fight, and that shows Rackman fighting nearly every week, knocking people out. So yeah, they're all ready.
Да, они на 100% готовы. Некоторые из них уже подрались. У них были дополнительные бои, помимо спаррингов, помимо всех тренировочных моментов здесь в Аполло. Поэтому я думаю, что мои ребята готовы к битве.
And then I'll get you to translate this as well. And then one more of the coaches, Roman. So can you just say in Russian, just say how has the preparation been for Islamabek? How does it look?
Да, Роман, можете рассказать, как прошел тренировочный кемп с Исламбеком?
Тренировочный кемп прошел у нас по плану, все как учили, как старшие учили, все так и делали, так и работали. Ну, не отклоняемся от плана. Спасибо моей команде, спасибо моему залу Аполло. Все, мы готовы, мы покажем хороший, интересный бокс. Мы просто любим этот вид спорта. Просыпаемся с ним и ложимся с ним спать. Ну, так, готовы мы. Всем спасибо.
Right, we are ready for the fight. We have been preparing with Islamabek and with the rest of the guys for a long time. We live with boxing. Boxing is our lifestyle. We almost wake up and go to bed by thinking of boxing. So it's our life. That's why everybody is ready. So they're ready to show the good fight.
Love it. And I guess I'll ask I'll ask the final question of the evening. Ali, you've been here for 2 or 3 months. I've had the pleasure of going to a couple of fights with you. You've looked fantastic. How are you feeling ahead of your main event fight with Gabriel, seeing as you've been promoted from co-main to the main?
Okay. Али, я очень впечатлен твоей работой, я впечатлен твоей техникой в боксе. Ты крутой парень. Вот, как ты чувствуешь, что ты думаешь о своем предстоящем бое? Он считается у тебя главным, и то есть его перенесли как сказать, со 2 на 1, да. То есть вы, грубо говоря, возглавляете этот турнир. Что ты чувствуешь?
Хочу поприветствовать всех. Всем спасибо. Хочу поблагодарить Влада за такую проявленную возможность показать себя на международном уровне. Хочу поблагодарить тренеров, которые готовили нас к этому бою. Хочу поблагодарить первого тренера Артема за первый месяц подготовки, которыми он своим опытом поделился. Также хочу поблагодарить наших тренеров по физподготовке Джоша, Бена. И также хочу поблагодарить Джоя. На данный момент мы сейчас с ним работаем. Чувствую себя отлично, готов к бою, готов рвать. То, что главный бой, мы думаем, покажем отличный бой. И хочу поблагодарить наш зал Аполло за возможность подготовиться хорошо. И также хочу поблагодарить своего соперника, к нему только уважение, но к бою не будет никакой жалости. Всем спасибо.
I just want to express my highest gratitude to Vlad, first of all, that he organized this tournament on such a professional level. Thank you, the coaches that put a lot of efforts. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, my first main coach, Artem. Yes, I respect my opponent outside of the ring, but inside of the ring, I will show him the fight. That's it.
Okay, that concludes the questions part of the evening. Now, I understand that not all of our fighters have their respective opponents here for various reasons. Some of our opponents have to travel from very far. Some are sick, etc., etc. So we're going to have 2 face-offs. Boom. Like everyone together. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so the first face-off is going to be between Amin and Riza. Amin and Riza. Okay, Hash, you good? And our second and final face-off this evening will be between Mr. Gilmar from Brazil and Ilya from Russia. Give it up to Gilmar and Ilya. Lovely, bit of tension, we love it. Okay, that concludes the formal part of the evening. Again, I'd like to thank all the fighters, all the coaches, all the corners, all the supporters for coming down and making this event possible over the next 7 days. Obviously, goes without saying, take care of yourself, get enough sleep, eat correctly, don't overtrain, all the necessities. We will be in contact over the next 7 days to give you the relevant information. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to message me directly. That is all. Thank you very much for coming, everyone. Apollo Fight Night 9 Pro Edition. See you next week.
Ребята, сейчас останьте, сейчас вот сюда бэджики возьмите свои, переставим, вместе